Welcome to Inner Fragrance Stories, where every tale carries a soothing aroma for the soul. Today, we will listen to The Lotus and the Mountain Path to reflect on a profound lesson about holding our dreams with a light heart. Uh, let's immerse ourselves in the story and at the same time learn English through its meaningful narrative. In a vibrant kingdom renowned for its dazzling gardens, there lived a revered master gardener named Elara. Her gardens were not just collections of plants, but living tapestries of color, scent, and harmony. People traveled from distant lands not only to see her work, but to bask in the profound sense of peace she emanated. A young, ambitious gardener named Kael sought her out. He was talented but impatient, and every wilted leaf or pest-eaten bud felt like a personal failure. Master Elara, Kael began, his voice tight with frustration. I have studied every text, followed every rule of soil and season, yet my garden lacks the life, the joy of yours. My spirit feels as parched as the earth in a drought. Please, what is the secret to creating such beauty and finding your contentment? Elara looked at him, a gentle smile playing on her lips. The secret is not in the gardening, Kael, but in the gardener, she said. I will share it with you. But first, you must perform a task for me. Do you see that lotus flower in the very center of the pond? She pointed to a magnificent bloom, its petals a perfect, unblemished white. You must take this empty satchel, swim out to the lotus, and place it inside without tearing a single petal. Then, you must carry it on your journey to the top of Whispering Wind Mountain. At the peak, you will find a small, barren patch of earth. Plant the lotus there. Only then will I give you your answer. Kael's heart sank. The mountain was a day's hike away, the path was steep and treacherous, and the lotus was impossibly delicate. But his determination was greater than his doubt. I will not fail, he declared. After painstakingly securing the lotus, he began his journey. Initially, he walked with intense focus, his eyes locked on the satchel, his body tense. He barely noticed the sun-dappled forest or the cheerful chirping of birds. When the path began to climb, a sudden gust of wind made him stumble. He clutched the satchel to his chest, certain the flower was ruined. Peeking inside, he saw it was still intact, though a single dewdrop shook loose from a petal like a tear. The incident shook him out of his rigid concentration. He realized that clenching the flower in fear would not protect it. It would only exhaust him. So he changed his strategy. He began to walk with the satchel slung gently over his shoulder, his grip firm but relaxed. He started to notice his surroundings. He laughed at the antics of squirrels, accepted a drink from a passing shepherd, and when a rain shower passed, he took shelter and enjoyed the fresh, clean scent of the wet earth. The challenges didn't cease. The path grew steeper, and he had to scramble over rocks. But now he approached each obstacle with a calm focus, sometimes even chuckling at the absurdity of his mission. He was no longer just a carrier of a fragile burden. He was a man on an adventure. As the sun began to set, he reached the summit and planted the lotus in the barren earth. Exhausted but exhilarated, he turned to find Master Elara standing there, as if she had been waiting for him all along. Master, I have done it. The lotus is planted. It was a difficult journey, but I protected it. Elara looked into his eyes, her own sparkling with deep amusement. Kael, look at you. You are covered in dust and weary, but your eyes are alive. Tell me, did you protect the lotus or did the lotus protect you? What Heel was taking to mean. The lotus was your focus, but it was not your purpose, she explained. Your purpose was the journey itself. You thought the secret was to shield the flower from every gust of wind, but the true secret was to learn to walk through the wind, recover from the stumble, and dance in the rain, all while keeping your precious cargo safe. You learned to hold your goal not with clenched fists of fear, but with open hands of trust and a light heart. She gestured to the newly planted lotus, which seemed to glow in the twilight. Life, like that mountain path, is inevitably rocky and steep. Success is not about arriving at the top unblemished and untouched by the journey. It is about being transformed by it. A joyful spirit is the most fertile soil in which any dream can grow. Kael looked down at the lotus, then back at the starlit path he had climbed. He finally understood. The beauty wasn't just in the flower at the end, but in every step it took to get there. And so, dear listeners, our story ends here. This tale reminds us that our dreams are like the lotus, precious and deserving of care, but the journey toward them should not be a burden of constant worry. By embracing the path with resilience and a light heart, we find that the challenges themselves become part of the beauty. We hope the fragrance from today's story, The Lotus and the Mountain Path, remains with you, not just as a life lesson, but also as a step forward in your English learning journey. Thank you for listening. Until next time on Inner Fragrance Stories, may your path be walked with grace and your heart remain light.